The secret to being healthy is being happy. The secret to being healthy is being happy. The more stressed out you are, the more you feel like you're living out of alignment with your goals and dreams, the more you feel like you're not making any kind of progress in your business or your career, the more you feel like the work you do doesn't matter and your relationships don't matter, that's going to lead you down a path of anxiety, depression, illness, sickness, disease, suicide. It's a really dangerous, slippery slope. But the more you feel happy that today matters, that good things are going to happen to you, guess what? They're more likely to actually happen. People ask me all the time, Evan, how are you so positive all the time? Well, I'm not positive all the time. I mean, that's an impossibly high standard, but I try not to be negative that much. And when negative things happen to me, I try not to let them ruin my entire day, let alone my entire week or my entire month, right? People also are shocked when they find out that I'm 41 years old. They ask me, how old am I? I'm 41. Born in 1980. Like, what? How are you 41? You look a lot younger. It's like, well, thank you. But I think a lot of it has to do with happiness. Like when you love the thing that you're actually doing, when you're excited, when you have energy, it exudes through you and has the impact on other people as well. I've been asked on a bunch of health shows, what's your number one secret for good health? And people expect to hear diet or exercise or sleep. I think the number one secret for good health is being happy, is loving the work that you're doing, is feeling like you're doing something important. And so maybe that's backed up by the science by now, but it feels intuitively right to me. And let me share with you a couple ways of how to do it. Okay, well, that's great, Evan. Be happy. Well, how do we actually do it? So let me share some things that have worked in my life that I hope can have an impact in yours as well. So number one is try to run a no crisis life, a no crisis business and a no crisis life. One of the things that I stressed out over a lot when I first started my company was always being at the beck and call of other people. I used to pride myself on responding to emails really quickly. I used to use Outlook back in the day, and anytime an email came in, there was a little alert that came off. Alert, new email, like, oh. And so I had to stop what I was doing and then go respond to this email. And that cycle would reinforce itself because anytime somebody then responded, they say, wow, you're so fast on answering email. And that would make me want to answer it even faster the next time. What I ended up finding out though was I kept dealing with other people's emergencies, other people's requests for my time, other people's agenda for what they wanted me to do. And I dealt with all those things. And I never got the stuff I wanted to do. It never got done because I kept being distracted to go answer these emails or respond to that message. And so I had to make a conscious choice to say, I want to run a no crisis business. And if a client needs me for something that is urgent, I don't want that kind of client. If we need to respond to customer service, which I believe is really important, I'm going to hire people to help me do that. But I don't want to be in the business where I have to be on call, urgent responding to people because it stresses me out. And I don't want to be in that business. So how can you design a no crisis business? Same thing for your life. You know, for me, I love living in this condo. A lot of the stuff is taken care of. You know, we don't have roof issues or having to mow the lawn or things that break down and having to call somebody and because the air conditioner is broken or the toilet doesn't work or all the stuff. I built a 5,000 square foot custom home and sold it to move into the condo because it's a much lower crisis life. And when you don't have a lot of crisis in your life and in your business, holy cow, you can be a lot happier. And that positivity allows you to be more creative, to be more productive, to care more about others, to give more to others. When you're stressed out, not only is it bad for your health, you're not showing up for other people, right? You're not being caring for other people. You're not thinking of other people. You're not investing into your customers or your relationships or your team because you're still too stressed out dealing with your own issues. But when you can relieve some of those things, it allows you to pour into other people. Just a quick example from my life. The past 3 weeks have been actually pretty stressful. We have been looking at different real estate options. We have been looking at different financial options. I'm diving deep into buy, borrow, die. If you look at that up as a financial strategy. I've been learning about crypto. I've been learning about NFTs. I've been learning about infinite banking. Pause.
Good afternoon. This is your building superintendent. Thank you for your patience. We've concluded the monthly generator test. All elevators in both towers are fully operational. Enjoy the rest of your day.
So that's a great example, right? Like, sure, that's a minor interruption to me filming videos for you guys, but a lot of stuff is just taken care of. So the past 2 weeks have been more stressful and have led to things bleeding into my calendar. I've let them happen. I didn't put enough guardrails around my calendar. Things have bled into my calendar, and I'm doing things on days that I normally aren't doing things. And it's led to me feeling more anxiety and stress. And so over the weekend, this past weekend, I decided, you know what? I'm doing things on the day that I said I was going to do things on, and that's it. And it means saying no to people. And as a result, I'm feeling this on a Tuesday. Since then, it was Sunday. It's like, oh man, life feels good again. Life feels really good again. Why am I so happy again? There's so much more energy again because I feel like I'm back in control. And so setting up a no crisis business, no crisis life can free up just so much energy for you and will make you a lot happier. Step number 2 to make that happen is be in control of your calendar. You have goals, you have ambitions of what a dream life looks like for you, right? Perfect. Your actions need to map to your ambitions. So what's in your calendar should reflect your goals. You say you want to be here, you say you want this kind of marriage, this kind of body, this kind of business, this kind of financial success, whatever your goals are, great. Until they're habits, until you're doing the work, nothing's going to happen. You're never going to achieve that thing without it being a habit that you're doing consistently. So where are your habits tracked? In your calendar. Show me your calendar and you'll be able to see your outcomes. So you have to be protective over your calendar. And the stress that I had over the past couple weeks was because I let things run over my calendar too much and I had to take back control. When somebody wanted to meet with me because I became obsessed about something, one of the things I fight with is I get obsessed over things. And so I became obsessed with understanding NFTs and Discord and buy, borrow, die, and all sorts of these concepts. And so I want to meet with somebody and I want to learn it. And so, yes, okay, yeah, I could squeeze that in there. Oh, I could squeeze this in here. And then I wasn't getting the other stuff done that I was supposed to do on those days. So I let the stress. So same thing for you. What are your goals? What do you want to accomplish? You have enough time. When people say, I don't have enough time, audit your schedule. Like if you were going to sit next to you and watch what you're doing all day, is every hour that you're spending really productive? Is every hour you're spending really intentional? Probably not, right? So before you decide to do something like give up on sleep, people ask me, well, how much do you sleep? I sleep as long as I need to sleep. I don't set an alarm in the morning, and I sleep as long as my body tells me to sleep. You know, I think before worrying about giving up sleep, you don't have to only sleep 5 hours a night. You know, I'll sleep 7.5 to 8.5 hours a night. Right? Some days more, some days less, but that's my typical range. That's what my body needs, depending on how busy a day I had the night before. Before you worry about giving up an hour of sleep, audit how you're doing with the time that you're awake. You know, if you're going to sleep 8 hours, perfect. You're awake for 16 hours. Are 16 of your hours with intention, with efficiency, with clarity of how you're going to spend that time? Probably not, right? So before you worry about now, you're not being productive or intentional with your 16 hours, what makes you think that now you're going to be productive and intentional with 20 hours? Yeah, and now you've slept 4 less hours. Right? So focus instead on the hours that you are awake and put it in your calendar. Your goals have to map to the actions that you've got, right? You say you want this, show it to me in your calendar, and then put guardrails up around those things. It really, really, really matters. When you can do that, it takes a few hard no's because people will want you to do things and they'll want you to do things on their timelines. And that may mean you have to say no. You will have to say no. You'll have to say no to family. You have to say no to customers. You have to say no to team. But when you can set up the right time to make things happen, it makes things so much happier and easier for everybody. So as an example, I film my videos on a Tuesday. Today's a Tuesday. I don't know when the video is going to be released, but I film it on a Tuesday. So I can stay in the zone of just creating. All I have to worry about today is making lots of YouTube videos. Yesterday was Monday, and I'm only focused on my team. And so my team knows that, hey, if they're messaging me on a Tuesday, it better be urgent. Like it better be crazy urgent. And I run a no crisis business. So it better be something insane. Otherwise, don't message me on a Tuesday, right? Because it's going to interrupt my flow. It means I have to stop doing this video to see what message you sent. And so that better be really, 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 really important. And that very rarely comes up. It's not that it's actually no crisis. We'll have something every now and then that comes up, but they know that it better be just insanely important. So it very rarely happens. So I'm not there for my team on a Tuesday, right? I'm not there for my team on a filming day like this, but I'm all in on Mondays. I'm all in helping my team on Mondays. And so what I do is I ask them, hey, if you need me within 24 hours, email me. If you need me within a week, then let's discuss it on our Monday call. If I'm going to meet you on Monday, let's discuss it on Monday. Save up the things that are important and save it for Monday for our call. And I will be there, not distracted, not checking my phone, not thinking YouTube, not thinking about anything else except you on Monday. And what that does is allow you to really over deliver on the thing that you're doing, as opposed to being scatterbrained all over the place. So chunking your time and then setting up the guardrails around that so that people don't step all over it is really, really, really important. And when you can feel like there's always a spot in your calendar to get that thing done, it reduces stress dramatically. So if I'm worried about my YouTube channel, like, oh my gosh, you gotta make videos. Oof, when are we gonna make videos? When you don't have it in your calendar and when you don't feel like you have enough time, how much of your stress comes from you feeling like you don't have enough time to do something, right? Raise your hand. Is that you? Right? How much of your stress comes from you feeling like you do not have enough time? If you had a spot on your calendar where you knew you would have the time to do it, it reduces a lot of the stress. So for me, Tuesday is going to be YouTube day. If I get an idea for making videos, if I'm thinking about making content, I know, I've got Tuesday to do it. I'll send myself an email, and on Tuesday, I'll get to it. Wednesday's my project day. So when I have ideas for what I want to do in my business to grow it, other projects to work on, if I'm working on my funnels or my landing page or my book or whatever I'm working on, I have a spot on my calendar for it. So I don't stress out. It's like, I don't have enough time to do things. Yes, I do. I've designed my life around it. I'm just going to hit it on Wednesday. I'm not going to allow distractions to carry me off course, right? It's being willing to let go of the little balls to go for the big ones. You have to pick. You're either constantly taking these little balls and getting these little wins, answering super promptly on email, responding to everybody right away, taking off these little small bites all the time, but then never having time to work on the big project. Or you chunk off time to work on your big projects in life and your business, and that means some of these little balls are going to drop, and that's okay. And you can't judge yourself for losing some of those, because what you're going to make here is magic, okay? Chunking your time, setting up the rails becomes super important. And then the last thing I say is you have to love the actual process. You want to be happy? Love your work. How much time do you spend working? A lot, right? Especially if you're an entrepreneur, you spend a lot of time working. Love your work. The number one rule for success, from the people that I profiled, from entrepreneurs to athletes to musicians, like, you love the actual thing that you're doing. Where a lot of entrepreneurs get caught up is you love the end result. You love the impact that it can make. You love the idea of buying a house or riding the jet plane or whatever, the outcome, but you don't love the path to get there. And if you're just, I'll do whatever it takes, you won't. You won't do whatever it takes to get to the outcome, and you'll be stressed out to the max along the way. So rather than doing that, flip it to say, I need to love the work that I'm doing and have it provide economic value to other people so I can get paid to do it. That's a secret. That the outcome is fantastic. It's great. Awesome. Hey, I got 1 million subscribers. Where's the thing? I got 1 million subscribers back there. Great. That's the outcome. I love helping. Like, I love making these videos. I love feeling like this video will matter and mean something. If you're only chasing the number, you're never going to get there, and you're going to hate your life in the process. Good health, I firmly believe, comes down to happiness. Yes, diet, exercise, all of that. But if you are stressed out, if you hate your life, if you despise who you're hanging out with, it's just really hard to be healthy. Where if you can now, with intention, design a life where happiness is a priority. How many times have you designed your calendar and your life around you being happy? What a concept. If you can make that happen, I guarantee you're going to be healthier. You're going to feel like you're contributing a lot more. You're going to have a lot more energy. You're going to be a better person for the people around you, and you're going to build a much better business in the process as well. If you want another Evan Rant video that just might give you the confidence you need, check it out right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
Collect good people. Get into the habit of collecting good people. I think when you're finding friends, it's especially hard as an adult.